Hello, hello. Move this light. There we go. Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Hello, beautiful people. How are you guys doing today? Happy Monday. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. You guys doing all right? All right, just checking the bar at the bottom to make sure you guys can hear me. Yeah, we're going to flow today. I had like a poll on my Instagram story and I was like, you guys want to do some stretching or some work? And I got some of both. So we'll do some stretching and some work. If you have any special requests, just throw them in the chat. We'll see if we can work them in today. If you end up not being able to hear me, just go ahead and write a little message so that I know. And that's pretty much it. We'll wait about like 30 more seconds. About 30 more seconds. We'll make sure that we're not missing anybody. And then we'll get started. Okay, perfect. Happy Monday. Happy Manifest Monday. Hope you guys are manifesting some big things this week and this month. I can't believe we're already like halfway through the month of May. More than halfway through the month of May, right? Like it's crazy. I feel like we have so much time and it's running by so quick, right? All right, so we're going to go ahead and begin. Today we're going to start in child's pose. So just go ahead and get into child's pose however you'd like. I'm going to take my knees out wide, toes together at the back of the mat. And just let everything rest down between. You can bring your arms out in front of you if you want. You can leave the elbows like bent. Maybe you place your hands together like a pillow underneath your forehead. Whatever feels good for you. Just take this moment to really relax and feel nice and calm, centered. Now I want you to begin taking the deepest breaths that you've taken all day. Really intentional, really deep. In through the nose, and out through the nose. And while you're in this child's pose, imagine that you're breathing all the way up through your back body, so you feel your lungs expanding from the front to the back. And then when you exhale, allow yourself to release everything that's no longer serving you in this moment. And then on the next breath in, I want you to bring in fresh, vibrant energy. And then exhale, really, really nice and slow. Just taking a couple moments to center, to relax. And if you have anything on your mind, anything that's bothering you or something that just keeps poking at you mentally, just go ahead and exhale it out. Know that whatever it is, there's nothing you can do about it for the next hour, so to just leave it out of your mind for now. And with each inhale, invite fresh energy in to replace that space for the thing that you're releasing. And just taking a couple more deep intentional breaths like this. And then on the next breath in, we're just going to come up into an all fours position. Maybe you rock your weight a little forward and backward. But if your knees are out wide, you probably need to bring them in a little bit so that they're hip distance. We're going to take a couple rounds of cat and cow pose. So inhaling, drop the belly. Take the gaze up towards the sky. Now on the exhale, round the back, tuck the tailbone under, press the ground away with the shoulders. And try to move with your breath. Really, really, really intentional today. Extra intentional. very controlled. Lots of awareness. And try to move really slow. So you feel every vertebra changing and moving. Every muscle, every fiber in the body, making the little shifts. As the fresh air moves in, and the old stagnant air and energy moves out. Take one more round of cat and cow. And then after that last round, just go ahead and pick up the right leg. So start with your core engaged, really flat spine here, so we're not in either cat or cow, we're kind of just very, very neutral. We're gonna lift up that right leg, so extend nice and long. Maybe you wanna make some circles in the ankle and the toes. Invite some movement there for about 3, 2, 1. We're gonna bend that right knee. So you can point the toe up towards the sky, or you can flex with the foot, whatever feels better for you. We're gonna make some pulses in the glutes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna do 10, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it at the top. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now we're gonna go ahead and just make some circles in the hip here. So notice how I'm like lengthening my leg in the back. We're just gonna make a couple hip circles, and then on the next breath, go ahead and bend that knee and extend that knee out to the right, kind of like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant, and then take your hips and shift them a little further towards the center, because I always tend to lean onto the left side of this pose. So staying here for 5, 4, 3, try to lift it a little higher, 2, 1. We're gonna take that foot, flex it, and then bring that foot down onto the ground. Then we're going to shift our weight back. So we kind of got like a half yogi squat going here with the right leg and like a child's pose with the left leg. You can see that. You can sit up like this, or if you want to, you can fold. You should really feel this in your right hip. Take a couple moments here. Ask yourself, where is my breathing? How am I doing in this pose? I'm going to stay here for 2 more breaths. So allow your inhales and exhales to be nice and slow. Good. And then after that breath, just go ahead and come up. We're going to bring the right knee in. So we're just meeting in all fours again. We've got another side to do. If you want to maybe rock your hips side to side, or if you want to take a round of cat and cow to kind of like balance you out or bring you back to center first, go for it. And then whenever you're ready, just make sure you've got that solid foundation of the pose. We're going to extend the left leg up high. So extending through that left leg, keep the core really, really nice and tight, drawn in here. And then go ahead and bend through that left knee, either toe pointing up or foot flex, whatever you did on the other side. We're going to do 10 pulses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to keep your core engaged. 8, 9, 10. Hold it at the top. 3, 2, 1. And we're going to make some hip circles. So drawing some big circles in that left hip. Moving with your breath. So maybe you have to slow down a bit. I know I'm moving kind of fast. Now on the next breath, go ahead and bend that left knee, hugging it out to the left, and then notice how my hips shifted over to the right. Bring them back to center. Keep that core drawn in nice and tight, staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to take the left foot down onto the mat, bend the hips back. So we're in this half C, half yogi squat, half child's pose with the legs. And then you can stay up here if this feels good, or if you want to take a fold, you might feel a little deeper stretch in the hip. Make sure that your toes and your knee are facing the same direction, so don't have them completely out. They're kind of just like at an angle, like yogi squat would be. When you get there, Circle back to your breathing. Are you still drawing fresh energy into the body with each inhale? And releasing everything that you don't need with your exhale. How quiet is the mind today? And if your mind is not quiet, that's okay. Just notice the thoughts as they come by. And I like to do it on the exhale. I take a deep breath out and I imagine them floating away like a wave in the ocean. Taking one more nice deep, long breath here. And then after that exhale, taking your time, we're just going to bring that left knee back into center, meeting in an all fours position. If you want to take a cat and cow or rock your hips side to side. Next place we're going to go is downward facing dog. So lift the hips up high, meeting in down dog. And when you get there, maybe you want to invite some movement by bending a knee or maybe lifting up high on the toes. But we'll stay here for about 4 breaths. So play around with it and ask yourself and ask your body what you need today. Really focusing on your breath. Taking one more nice deep breath here. Good. On the next inhale, lift up high on the toes. And then on the exhale, lower the heels down onto the mat. We're going to do that again. Lift up high on the toes on the inhale. But this time on the exhale, open the mouth. Take a big sigh. One more time, just like that. Inhale, lift up high on the toes. And then exhale, sigh it all out. Good. On the next breath, then we're going to lift the right leg up high. Bend the knee, open in the hip, make some hip circles. After the next circle, we're going to go ahead and take that right knee over to the right shoulder, core plank. Draw everything in, core is really, really nice and tight, and hug that knee up as high as you can. Inhale, back into a 3-legged dog. Exhale, core plank. Take that right knee over to the left shoulder this time, so all the way across the body. Hug it in as tight as you can. And then exhale, 3-legged dog. Again, taking it to the nose this time. Draw that knee all the way up and in. And then exhale, extend, 3-legged dog. One more time, we're taking it over to the right shoulder. Inhale, take that right knee over to the right shoulder. And then take that knee down to the wrist. Then take it up to the right shoulder. And then down to the wrist. And we're going to do that 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. One more. And then coming back up into a 3-legged dog. Whew, maybe you need to make some circles in the ankle. And then on the next breath, bring that knee to the nose as you drop that right foot between the hands. So our hands are framing the front foot. And when you're in this runner's lunge, imagine that you're pulling the mat with your right foot towards the back of the mat and pulling your back foot towards the front of the mat. So you've got like this really, really strong foundation going between your legs. We're going to move into crescent pose next. Now on the next breath in, we're just going to lift our arms up to the sky. But first we're going to set up this solid foundation and draw our core in and then lift up our upper body. It's also going to keep your low back protected by engaging your core here. When you get in this pose, maybe you draw your shoulders up to your ears, and then you relax them down. We're going to stay here for a couple of moments. If you just want the stretch, you can stay. If you want more work, go ahead and bend the left knee, like tapping it on the ground. And then inhale, come up. We'll do this 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Go ahead and take that left heel down onto the mat. We're opening up into Warrior 2 just for a second, and then go ahead and straighten the front leg. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, moving into triangle pose. So the right hand comes down the right leg, tilting at the hips. Left arm up to the sky. Gaze up to your left hand. Taking a couple breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. Staying here for 3, 2, 1. Good. On the next breath, we're going to move into a peaceful warrior type thing, but we're going to keep our front legs straight. So take the left arm back and the right arm up. So you can feel that side stretch all the way from your top hand to your right leg. And then go ahead and bend in that right knee. So now we're really in a peaceful warrior. Take a deep breath in here. And then on the exhale, we're just going to cartwheel the hands down, frame the front foot, and then take that right foot to the back of the mat. We're going to meet in a plank. We're in this high plank, and the next place we're going to go is low plank or down to our belly. If you want to just stretch, you can stay here. You can bend the knees. You can rock them side to side, or you can meet playing some cobra if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, stay in this high plank if you want a little more work. We're going to do some shoulder taps. So just rock your weight from one hand to the other and then tap your shoulders. Try to keep your butt low because I have a tendency to keep my butt too high in plank. Try to keep it low. Keep your core nice and tight. Maybe you go slow with your breathing, or maybe you go double time fast. Okay, we're just going to be doing this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and come down to your belly. Whew. You can bend the knees, rock them side to side. Just a couple breaths. And then on the next inhale, notice how I'm keeping my hands where they are. We're going to move into cobra pose, but try to lift your hands off the ground. So on the next breath in, using just your muscles, like your core and your back, you can lift yourself up into this back bend. And then exhale, come back down. We're going to do that again. On the next breath in, lifting up, not using your hands. And then exhaling, come back down. One more time, we're going to lift up without our hands. Inhale. Gaze is forward, by the way. And then exhale, come back down. Take 2 breaths. Now for your second breath, we're going to move into a full cobra. Hands underneath the shoulders. And on the inhale, we're going to lift up, pressing the ground away with our arms. Elbows drawn back, collarbones wide, gaze is forward. If we're looking up, that's compressing the back of our neck. Just kind of look forward, and different practices say different things, but it's a little more safe. And then exhale, come back down. Tuck the toes, meet in a downward facing dog, however you get there. Take a deep breath, lift time the toes. Exhale, lower the heels down to the mat. We're going to do that one more time. That's like my favorite right now. Inhale, lift high on the toes. And then exhale, release the heels back down onto the mat. Good. On the next breath in, we're going to extend that left leg up to the sky. Maybe make some circles in the ankle. And then whenever you're ready, just go ahead and make some big hip circles with it. Make them really nice and juicy. We're going to do a lot of hip stuff today. Not a lot, just enough to be fun. Then whenever you're ready, extend that left leg long. Bend the knee. We're going to take that knee to tap the left shoulder, core plank. Lift up really high. Exhale, 3-leg dog. Doing it again. Inhale, right shoulder this time. Keep that core drawn in nice and tight. And then exhale, 3-legged dog. Good job. We're going to do it one more time to the nose. Inhale. And notice how I'm pressing the ground away with my shoulders too. I'm not jumping here, okay? And then exhale, 3-legged dog. We've got one more on the side. Taking that left knee to that left shoulder. And then drop it down to the wrist. Inhale up to the shoulder. Down to the wrist. We'll do it 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Last one. Come back up. 3-legged dog. Good job, guys. Then we're going to take it to the nose as we drop that left foot between the hands. Oh, yeah. Here we go. We made it. All right. Set up your foundation here. How are your legs? How's your core? Get light on the fingers, light on the hands. We're gonna move into crescent pose. So keep that core drawn nice and tight. And on the next breath in, take arms up to the sky. This back leg is really nice and strong. When you get there, inhale, draw the shoulders to the ears, and then exhale them, relax them down. Keep that core nice and tight, especially if you're bending back, because that'll protect your lower back. And keep this front knee nice and bent. You can stay just like this, or if you want some more work, we're gonna do 5 little taps, tapping that right knee down onto the ground as you bend it. Inhale up, exhale tap, inhale up, exhale tap. 2 more. Good. Go ahead and bring that right heel down, moving into triangle pose. So straighten both of your legs. We're gonna tilt. I like to think about I'm a little teapot. I don't know why, that just makes sense to me. Tilt all the way over to the left, and then send the left hand down, right arm up to the sky. Your gaze can go up towards your right hand. Keep your core nice and tight, and try to be light on this left arm. Circle back to your breath. Your inhales and the exhales may have gotten shorter. Or maybe mine just are because I'm talking a lot. That's okay. Just try to circle back and bring some length back to them. Being here for 3, 2, 1. All right, on the next breath, we're gonna move into a peaceful warrior type of variation, but we're not gonna bend the knee. So send the right arm back, left arm up to the sky. Side stretch from the left leg to the left hand, and then go ahead and bend that left knee. Now we're really in peaceful warrior. Then we're just gonna cartwheel, hands down onto the mat. Notice how I lifted up this right heel here. And then we're gonna send the left foot to the back of the mat to meet the right in the core plank. Come down onto your forearms. If you were like, girl, I voted for stretch, not work today, just come down. We're gonna be in snake's pose. If you're like, no, I wanted to do more work, come up onto your forearms. We're gonna stay in a forearm plank for a bit. You can stay here, you have some options. I know you can't see because my legs, I'm wearing like big baggy pants right now, but you can bend one knee, tap it on the ground, and then bend the other knee, tap it on the ground. So you can do tap, 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 tap. 3 more. Tap, 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 tap. All right, go ahead and stop. Oh, come down into Sphinx pose. Draw those elbows in toward the body. Pull those collarbones out. Imagine that somebody was behind you, like pulling your shoulders away, and your heart is like shining up to the sky. Your gaze is forward again, as opposed to up. Just enjoy this stretch. Something else to keep in mind, good to keep your core engaged here, because that'll also protect the lower back. One more deep breath in. One more deep breath out. And after that exhale, we're going to go ahead and tuck the toes, meet in down dog. We're not going to stay there for long, I promise. Walk your feet to the hands to the back of your mat. Take your feet about hip distance apart, if they're not hip distance already. We're going to go ahead and bend the knees a lot. So bend the knees and try to get your knees further back as opposed to, notice how they're like not in line with my toes. We want them to be like in line with the leg where they connect here, so the ankle, sorry. We want our knees in line with the ankle. Send your hips low on the ground and then take your arms in front of you. You're going to be using a lot of your core, a lot of your quads, a lot of your legs. Stay here for 3, 2, 1, meet in a forward fold. I feel like this is like one of the most underrated yoga poses because I never do it in class very often. When you get there, nod your head yes and no. Take another nice deep inhale. Nice slow exhale. And we're going to do it again. Yay! So try to keep your knees in line with your ankles. Bend them. Bring your hips super, super low. And like they're not going to be perfectly in line with your ankles. It's just what I'm saying to imagine to bring your knees back. Send your arms in front of you. Keep that core nice and tight. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. Whew. When you get there, nod your head yes and no. And you can bend your knees a lot in this this forward fold, this Uttanasana here. Take one more nice slow inhale. Nice deep exhale. And then on the next breath, we're going to take the left leg, bend it a lot, and then straighten the right hand. We're going to take the left hand down, right arm up for a twist. In this twist, imagine that you're opening in the heart like we talked about earlier when we were in that Sphinx pose. You can take that right hand, you can leave it in the sky, or you can turn it so that the palm is facing back, and maybe you bind behind your left leg. And the reason why we bind is we want deeper in the pose. So if you're binding and you're making yourself, crunched up like this, it's not the intention, so maybe you should go back to having your arm up. Staying here for one more nice deep breath. And then after that breath, go ahead and release. Just go ahead and switch. Bend the right knee a lot. And then keep the left knee straight. We're going to keep that right hand down on the ground, lengthen from the right arm to the left arm, and send the left arm up to the sky. You can take your gaze up to your left hand. If you want to bind, you can bind. I start by turning my palm the other way, and then grabbing that little space between my hip and my thigh. And when I'm taking this bind, I'm imagining my left shoulder being pulled up, so I'm really, really lifting in my chest here. One more nice deep breath. And whenever you're ready, just go ahead and release. Bring both hands down onto the ground, bend the knees a lot, and we're going to slowly roll vertebra by vertebra all the way up to standing. Once you get there, take a nice deep inhale. Draw the shoulders up to the ears. And then exhale, draw them down the back. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, draw the shoulders up. Exhale, draw them back and down. So you can keep your arms by your side. I know our feet are about hip distance apart. That's okay. We're just going to do a couple neck rolls. So really, really gently on the next breath in. Think about lengthening through the spine, really, really nice and tall. And then on the exhale, gently bring your chin to your chest. And on the next breath in, gently guiding your chin over to the right shoulder. And exhale, back to center. Inhaling over to the left shoulder. And then exhaling back to center. Now if you want to take your right ear to your right shoulder, you can stay there for a couple moments. If you want to have a little deeper stretch inside of your neck, you can take your right hand, grab onto your left inner elbow, and gently just guide it down a little bit. That'll feel really nice. You can place this arm in front or behind. If you want to play around with that, it feels the same, but it might feel different for you. And after that breath, just go ahead and bring that chin to the chest and take the left ear over to the left shoulder instead this time. If you want a little deeper stretch, maybe take the left hand onto the right inner elbow, gently pull, guiding that shoulder away. Maybe you take the hand behind you. Same thing. It really feels the same to me. Just so you can play around with it. And then after that next breath, just bringing your chin back to center, and then very, very, very carefully lifting your head all the way up. Once you lift your head up, take a nice deep inhale, draw those shoulders up again one more time. Then exhale, drawing them back and down. And then go ahead and take your toes. I'm going to stand like this again. Go ahead and take your toes out. So I feel like this is like a duck. I don't know why I like to do it this way. Take your toes out like a duck, and we're going to take the right foot, and we're going to step it about 1 to 2 steps in front. So we're moving into pyramid pose, which is why we have our feet like that, because this is how our back foot is in warrior, right? So we're going to take a step, just depending on your hips and your hamstrings, how flexible you are will depend on how far a step you can make. And then take your hand on your hips, Make them face forward, square to the front of the mat. Take a nice deep breath in. You can keep your hands on your hips. You can grab opposite elbows, or if you have a full reverse prayer hands, you can take your hands behind your back, like this. Wherever you are, we're just gonna fold. Taking a nice strong inhale, and then exhale, fold, hinging at the hips. You'll feel this in the back of the right leg. Allowing your breath to move you deeper and deeper into the pose. Allow your head and neck to relax. If you can reach the ground and you feel like you're gonna have more balance if you touch the ground, you can do that. There's no rules today. Just make sure you're being safe and hinging at the hips. And if you're not getting this much of a bend, that's okay. If you're all the way up here and you can feel it, that's good too. Just make sure that you breathe. Taking one more breath. And then after that breath, just coming back up, bring the right foot to the back of the mat, like a duck. I just think I'm so funny, it's okay. Then we're gonna take the left foot, same thing, moving into pyramid. So, take a nice deep breath in here. Hands on the hips, so we're taking whatever variation of the hands you took on the other side. Maybe you're just grabbing opposite elbows here. Maybe you have the full expression of the pose. Hips are squared to the front of the mat. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthening, and then exhale, fold. Maybe you have your hands on the ground. Allow your head and neck to relax. Allow your exhales to get you deeper and deeper in the pose without forcing it. So for me, it usually takes me about 3 breaths, and then at the 4th breath, I'll just release into a deeper stretch. But just listen to your body. Don't say, well, with each exhale, I need to fold more. Just relax. Relax into it. Circle back to your breathing. I'm going to stay here for 2 more breaths. So wherever you are, just bring in awareness. And after that last breath, come all the way up. Release, and you can come to the back of the mat with your feet hip distance apart. Facing forward this time, toes facing front. On the next breath in, reach the arms out and up. Then exhale, fold forward, hinge at the hips. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat spine. And then exhale, fold, plant the hands, but this time we're gonna move into gorilla pose. So if you can reach the bottoms of your feet, or you might have to just bend your knees a lot to reach, we're gonna take the palms facing up and slide them underneath the soles of your feet. Your toes will be able to reach your wrists. Allow them to give yourself like a little hand massage. Your knees can be nice and bent here, and if you want a deeper stretch in the hamstrings, you can take your elbows out to the side. Elbows to face out. And that'll give you a deeper stretch because you'll have more traction pulling you. And then wherever you are with your head and neck, allow your head and neck to relax too. Yeah. If you wanted a little more work today, we're getting a little stretchy on you. Plant the hands in this forward fold. Come up onto your knees, onto your toes, and lift with your core as high as you can. Imagine like you're about to press off into a handstand. So shift your weight forward, bend the knees a tiny bit, and then come up onto your toes. Oh, yeah. And try to keep those thighs squeezed into your core. So maybe you go with a deep inhale, and then exhale, come back down with your feet. And then inhale, really drawing your core up and in, and then exhale, coming back down with your heels. And then try that a couple times on your own breath if you want more work. Otherwise, we're in gorilla, taking a nice stretch. And we'll stay here for 4 more breaths so that everyone has time to play and everyone has time to stretch. If you want to see that again, I'll do like 2 more. And after your last couple of breaths, just go ahead and walk your hands all the way back to a downward facing dog. Maybe you need to make some circles in the ankles here. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and lift that right knee, right foot up to the sky, three-legged dog. You can bend in the knee, open in the hip just a bit. And then we're going to place that right knee outside of that right hand. So try to be really slow with that movement. Yeah. So we've got our right foot planted outside of the right hand, moving into lizard lunge. If you want to just stretch, be a little passive, you can come down onto this left knee. You can come down onto your forearms. I know you can't see anything because I got these pants on today. Come down onto your forearms. You can chill here. If you're like, no, I wanted to do more work, because I did a poll earlier on Instagram, and I'm like, you guys want to stretch or work? But there was a little bit of both, so I wanted to give you guys some options. If you want to do more work, then do Ekapada, okay? So if you want some more work, you can take your right hand outside of that lizard leg, and you got to come up onto this left knee. So the left knee was down. You got to come up here. We're going to lift that right foot out. And notice how the arms are bent, kind of like we're going to move into an arm balance. Sorry, I'm like losing my marbles today. Okay. So maybe you place your hand out here, you lift up that right leg, and then you take the left elbow and put it underneath your body, underneath your hip. Everyone else in lizard, just take a couple breaths. We're going to take this elbow, put it in your hip crease right here. I want to like get at an angle you guys can see right here. And then you just lift up into a balancing pose. Try to be open in the heart in that pose. It's easier for me to get into it from a downward dog, like a three-legged dog. And then bending the knee, putting it out like this, and then coming up into that arm balance. I'm tired today. So we'll take about 4 more breaths with that, so we can give all the flyers some time to play. If you're in this lizard lunge and you want more, you can come up onto the blade edge of these right toes, this right foot, and send that right knee out to the right. If your left quad is sore and you want some stretch, you can pull this left foot in, you'll stretch your quad. If you pull with the foot, though, you'll stretch your shoulder, your right shoulder. All types of variations, all types of options. 1 more breath. And after that breath, come up onto those left toes, shift your weight forward, and we're going to move into a yogi squat. So you might have to send your toes out. Once you get there, try to sit up nice and tall. You bring your hands to heart center. Then we're going to send the left arm down, right arm up to the sky, twist. If you want to bind here, you can bind. If you want to take bird of paradise on the left side, feel free. I'm just taking a couple moments here, a couple breaths. We'll take 2 more breaths. That way, if any birds are flying, you can come back down. And after that breath, you can go ahead and release. Just meeting in Malasana Yogi Squat. We're going to meet in a downward facing dog. So however you want to get there, those of you who've been wanting to work all day, maybe you take a crow with a jump back to a chaturanga, and then you want a vinyasa, and then you meet in down dog. Or maybe you're like, nah, I'm feeling lazy. Not lazy, I don't like the word lazy. I'm feeling like just stretching today. Just place your hands down and walk back to a downward facing dog. So getting there however you get there. Let's take another deep breath in, hand on the toes, lift up. Exhale through the mouth. Bring the heels back down. Good job. Right behind to the side. So lift up that left leg, bend in the hip, the knee, open it all up, make a couple circles. And then whenever you're ready, we're just going to plant that left foot outside of the left hand. So try to move really, really, really slow. Yeah, there we go. rock right forward and backward. Then whenever you're ready, you can just move into the lizard lunge. So maybe you just let the left knee come down. Maybe you come down onto your forearms and you're chilling. Same variations are available that we took on the other side. If you want Ekapada, Kundanyasana, I can show you that again. Actually, it might be easier to show you from this side. You already know what's happening with this left knee and the left elbow. This, like underneath the knee is basically going on top. Here, I'll show you. All right, so we got our arms down like this, and we're gonna take the left knee, outside of the left hand. Bend the elbows back towards you, and then extend that left leg long. The hard way is actually you're not putting your body on your elbow, you're just holding yourself with your strength here. But the easier way is to place your elbow in like your hip area, and then that will help you lift off. And then try to look up with your chest and your eyes and your heart. Taking a couple breaths there. If you want more info on that, just write it in the chat. I'm thinking about making a video about it. I don't know yet. It doesn't seem to be like that high of a demand, but we'll see. And then if you're just in lizard, hanging out, we'll stay here for 4 more breaths. Maybe you come up onto the blade edge of the left foot. Maybe you press that knee away a little bit. Or maybe you want some stretch in the right quad, that pulling that right foot in with the left hand. Or maybe you pull with the foot and stretch that left shoulder. Yogi's choice. Staying here for 1 more nice deep breath. And after that breath, just go ahead and lift up on that right leg. Shift your weight front and back. We're going to make a yogi squat, so bring that right foot up to the front of the mat. There we go. Place the hand at the heart center. Allow yourself to push those knees open with the elbows. Allow the elbows to gently be pushed by the knees. Bringing your hands to heart center. We're going to send that right arm down now. Left arm up to the sky. Twist like we did earlier. Opening in that left shoulder, maybe you bind. If you want to take bird of paradise on this side, feel free to go ahead and fly. Otherwise, if you just want to stretch with me, we'll stay here for a couple breaths. You can go ahead and release this leg if you want to, and just sit up nice and tall in this yogi squat. Something that I'm actively working on whenever I'm in a yogi squat is I feel like I always slouch. And then I always have to remind myself to be open in the chest and to lift up and feel really, really tall here. So it's something that I have to really actively remind myself. Staying here for 1 more breath. And then after that breath, just go ahead and release the hands. Send the toes forward, and we're going to meet in a forward fold. Bend the knees if you need to. Maybe you rock your weight a little front and back. And wherever you are, slowly roll all the way up to standing, vertebra by vertebra. When you get there, inhale, draw the shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, drawing them down the back. We're going to take both of our feet together now. And we're going to sit in mountain pose for just a moment. Take your hands to heart center and close your eyes. I want you to stand up nice and tall. Your toes are open wide, really dripping down onto the mat. Drawing the energy from the core of the earth all the way up to the crown of your head. On the next breath, you can open your eyes. We're going to take that right foot, bend at the knee, and just lift that knee up. We're going to hold it into the chest. Here for 3, 2, 1. Now go ahead and take that knee, open it to the right. And so you're holding on to this like right foot with your left hand and then your right knee with your right hand. And we're going to place that ankle crossed over our left knee, and then we're going to bend at the hips. So we're making a figure 4 with the legs, and then we're going to bend. Keep this right leg, foot engaged, okay? I'm going to turn to the side so you guys can see me. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Keep your core nice and engaged. Right leg strong. Left knee is bending. And if you have a wall near you, you can sit up against the wall. You'll still feel that stretch in the right hip. Go a little lower. Staying here for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. Come up. Shake that left leg out. We got one more side to do. Okay? So go ahead and take the toes out wide, really grounding on the earth. I like to say in my head when I'm doing balancing poses, I am grounded, I am grounded, I am grounded, I am rooted. Now whenever you're ready, we're going to lift up that left knee. Go ahead and bend it, hug it against the body, nice and tight. Maybe take a nice deep inhale here. Open to the mouth, let it all out. All right, on the next breath, go ahead and flex that foot. We're going to open that left knee over to the left, grab onto the left foot with the right hand. We're going to bend the hips, place that leg, cross it over the other leg, making a figure 4, and then we're going to bend. Totally got this. Keep your core nice and strong. Maybe sink your hips a little lower. Three, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. Come all the way up. Bring yourself back to mountain pose. The next breath in, reach the arms out and up. And exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees a lot. Allow your head and neck to relax, hang nice and heavy. Meet in this ragdoll. So you can take your knees hip distance apart, your feet hip distance apart. And grab opposite elbows. You can nod your head yes and no. Allow your knees to bend so much that your abdomen gets to rest. To rest. And whenever you're ready, we're going to just bend the knees a lot and come all the way down onto a seat. So come to a seat, and we're just going to roll all the way down onto our backs. Keeping the knees up towards the sky. We're going to rock them side to side. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. We're going to take a bridge pose now. So take your feet about hip distance apart. You can bring your hands down by your side, and then on the next breath in, gaze up. We're going to lift up the hips up off the ground. So inhaling as you take the hips up. Pushing the ground away with the feet. Staying here for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and come back down onto the mat. You can see everything up here. All right, awesome. And then on the next breath in, we're going to do it again. Inhale, lifting the hips up high. Sorry, I know I've got like really baggy pants on today. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. Bringing everything back down onto the mat. If you have a yoga block with you, the next thing we're going to do is really fun. It's like my favorite core exercise. If you don't have a yoga block with you, just try to follow along with either a pillow or a pencil. It really does not matter. It just has to be something that's really, really lightweight, because if you do something that's too heavy, it's going to just not work. You could probably even use like a t-shirt. This is the shirt I was wearing when I was practicing with us before we started practicing. So go ahead and come to lay on your back and take the yoga block. I'll do it first with the block, and then I'll try it with the t-shirt next so that you guys get to see both ways. If you have a yoga block, go ahead and hold on to the block in your hand, or if you have a pencil or a pen or a piece of paper, whatever you have, take a deep breath in here. And then on the exhale, we're going to pass the block to our feet. So lift your feet up, lift your hands up, and meet halfway. And then exhale, bring those feet down onto the mat. Arms come back up to the mat too. And then inhaling as you switch. And you can do it faster or slower, just moving with your breath. I find it's easiest to do with the yoga block, so I'm going to try it with my t-shirt now. Oh, it definitely still works. Oh, yeah. Should really feel this in your core. Don't stop breathing. We got 3 more. Staying here for 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and release. Take your knees up to the sky, rock them left and right. And just go ahead and take your legs up. If you have a wall by you, you can take the Burrito Karani with your legs just up to the sky. If you don't, just take your knees a little bit relaxed, feet up, hands up, and let the fingers just kind of chill, sleeping tiger. Nice strong inhales, nice slow exhales. Still allowing yourself to release everything that's going on with each exhale. Replenishing your body with fresh, vibrant energy with the inhale. Taking 2 more nice round of breath here. And after those 2 breaths, just go ahead and move into a happy baby. Grabbing onto the outer blade edge of the feet. And you can gently rock side to side, left to right, drawing your tailbone down onto the mat. So we're not lifting up like this. We've got our tailbone nice and grounded here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then go ahead and just hug knees into the center of the chest. We're going to move into a supine twist. So allow your left leg to come long down onto the mat. Right knee hugged in really nice and tight. We're going to grab onto the right knee with the left hand and draw it over to the left side body. But keep your right shoulder nice and grounded here on the mat. Right arm extended, and your gaze can go over your right hand. It's more important that we keep this right shoulder grounded than the left knee to touch the ground. And while you're in this pose, maybe thinking, where can I soften? Maybe you need to soften space between the eyebrows with the jaw, or maybe just the breath itself. Nice deep inhale. Nice slow exhales. On the next breath in, we're going to come up and switch. Hugging both knees into the chest again. And then extending the right leg long onto the mat. Keep the left knee hugged in. Take a nice deep inhale, and then on the exhale, draw that left knee over towards the right. Keep the left shoulder grounded, and then take your gaze over to the left, past the left fingertips. Whenever we do twists, it's like we're wringing out our body of toxins. So imagine that you're literally wringing out everything if you haven't released it earlier. letting it just melt away. Two more breaths in this pose. After that breath, just come all the way up. Hug your knees into the chest one more time. Give them a nice big squeeze. Then I want you to curl up into a ball. Lift up your head, neck, and shoulders. Get really, really nice and tight, and then take a huge inhale. Hold it at the top. Take one more sip of air. And then open the mouth, let everything go. Release the hands, release the knees. And moving down to your final resting pose or your Shavasana. I know it's easy to walk away now if you're at home since we're not in an actual class, but you deserve the rest. You deserve the break. So close your eyes, lay back, relax, and I'll guide you back when it's time. Whenever you're ready, just go ahead and begin. Gently bringing awareness back. And start by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe you take a nice deep early morning stretch as you find length from fingertips to your toes. Taking a moment to roll over onto your right side for a fetal pose. And take a couple breaths there. Next breath in, just coming up to a comfortable cross-legged seat. Your eyes soft or closed. Bringing your hands to heart center. Saucha is one of the niyamas, which is one of our 8 limbs, basically resembling cleanliness. And it talks about having cleanliness of our surroundings and a clear mind, but it also talks about cleaning our energy, our space, our energy, our vibration. When we have things that are heavy or stagnant that are holding us down, all we have to do is release them. And then take a nice deep breath in and draw in love and light. And that'll clean you. So taking one more nice deep breath in together, fill the lungs all the way up. And then exhale through the mouth. Also leaving some space for gratitude. So grateful that you guys got to practice with me today. So grateful to be here. Grateful for our bodies to practice with and for this space and for the practice of yoga. There's a place within each of us where the entire universe dwells. A place of peace, love, and joy. When you're in that place within you and I'm in that place within me, we are one. Namaste. Is it Monday? Yeah, happy Monday, everybody. Oh, I didn't see this comment earlier when it said come close, can't see. I don't know what pose it was, but if you want me to do it again, I'll show you. So just message in there if you want me to do it again and I can show it to you because I don't remember where we were at. And yeah, so I'll be here Friday, 6 p.m. We are doing, it's me. I'm teaching 2 classes a week on YouTube right now. We also have the 30-day split challenge still going. I'm going to put the link to that in the description here. It's basically 30 days of stretches that are beginner friendly and all levels. It's going to help you get to your split. If you have low back pain, it'll also be really helpful for you too, because low back pain just stems from tightness in the hips and the hamstrings. So that's all that. And yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. Hit me up. I'm accepting love donations on Venmo, so you can Venmo me if you want to, no pressure, and all that good stuff. So if you have requests, hit me up because we're doing yoga on Friday as well. But on Friday, we're going to do Ashtanga. So, all right, that's it. Happy Monday. Happy Manifest Monday. And enjoy the rest of your week. See you soon.